The soft voice of the little girl barely pierced through the clinking silverware and the joyful laughter that filled the upscale outdoor restaurant. Clad in tattered, dirt-stained clothes and clutching an old plastic bag, she stood shivering beside a billionaire's table, her hungry gaze revealing a long-forgotten memory of a full meal. Customers averted their eyes, uncomfortable and expecting security to intervene at any moment. Yet, an unforgettable moment unfolded. If you believe that kindness can transform lives and that everyone deserves another chance, please take a moment to like this video, comment, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to the channel. Your support enables us to share more inspiring stories like this one. Jonathan Hayes, one of the wealthiest businessmen in the city, was frequently celebrated in newspapers, admired for his billion-dollar enterprises, and portrayed by magazines as a man who seemingly had it all. However, none of them glimpsed the deep loneliness masked by his tailored suits and lavish lifestyle. Since the death of his wife years ago, Jonathan had spent his evenings alone, surrounded by admirers of his wealth who never truly connected with him. That afternoon was no different as he sat quietly at his elegantly laid table while waiters presented dishes that cost more than what many families earned in a week. Despite the luxurious atmosphere, the food felt hollow. Nearby, 14-year-old Emily meandered through the bustling sidewalks, her stomach empty since the previous morning. After losing her parents years earlier, she had endured an abusive foster home from which she eventually escaped. Each day became a struggle against hunger, cold nights, and the indifference of passers-by who seemed to overlook her existence. She scavenged for empty bottles, rummaged through trash bins, and sought shelter wherever possible. Hunger had become such a constant presence that she no longer recalled the sensation of being full. As she walked past the restaurant, the tantalizing aroma of fresh bread and roasted meat enveloped her. Despite her desire to keep moving, her legs faltered. Her eyes were drawn to Jonathan's table, where untouched food filled half the plates. While pride urged her to walk away, the need for survival resonated louder. Summoning her remaining courage, Emily approached him with trembling hands and asked, with a heart-wrenching sincerity, if she could eat his leftovers once he was done. A hush fell over the restaurant. Many customers reacted with disdain, while a waiter rushed forward, prepared to remove her before she embarrassed the wealthy patrons. However, Jonathan raised his hand, halting the waiter in his tracks. For a long moment, he gazed into Emily's weary eyes, which reminded him of someone he had once cherished deeply, his younger sister, who had devoted years to volunteering at shelters before succumbing to cancer. Her belief that true wealth is measured by the lives we touch rather than our bank balances echoed in his heart. Rather than dismissing Emily, Jonathan rose from his seat and quietly requested the waiter to prepare a fresh meal, not just leftovers, but a warm meal served with dignity. The waiters, startled, promptly complied. Emily could hardly believe her eyes as tears streamed down her soiled cheeks when a steaming plate was gently placed before her. She ate slowly at first, fearful that someone might suddenly take it away. Jonathan remained nearby, silently observing as the fear in her eyes gradually transformed into relief. Over the next hour, he learned about Emily's harrowing experiences, cold nights beneath bridges, relentless rejection, and the loneliness that shadowed her every move. She never sought money or sympathy. All she desired was enough food to survive another night. As he absorbed her story, Jonathan realized something that countless business meetings had failed to convey. While success had filled his bank account, it had also left an emotional void that wealth could never fill. That evening, instead of sending Emily back to the streets, Jonathan reached out to a trusted organization dedicated to child welfare and ensured her immediate safety. He also established a scholarship and housing foundation aimed at helping homeless children rebuild their lives. In the months that followed, hundreds of once invisible young people found safe homes, education, and renewed hope because one brave girl had dared to ask a simple question. Emily's life gradually changed. She returned to school, uncovered a remarkable talent for painting, and began creating stunning artwork inspired by the dreams she had nearly lost. Years later, At the grand opening of Jonathan's largest community center, Emily stood alongside him as a confident young woman, expressing her gratitude for seeing her as a person when everyone else had merely seen a homeless girl. Jonathan often reflected that, while many believed he had saved Emily that day, the reality was quite the opposite. Emily had rescued him from a life where wealth had eclipsed compassion. Her bravery reminded him that the most valuable investments are not in corporations or buildings, but in people. Before we conclude this story, we invite you to share your thoughts. Please comment below with the word kindness if you believe that even the smallest act of compassion can change someone's life forever. If this story resonated with you, remember that every person you encounter today may be fighting an unseen battle. A smile, a meal, a kind word, or simply treating someone with dignity can serve as a pivotal moment in another's life. Sometimes the question that can change the world is remarkably simple. Sometimes it's just, can I eat your leftovers? If this story inspired you, please like this video, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to the channel for more touching tales that remind us of our shared humanity. Your support truly makes a difference.